The Book of the Nephilim Giants found in the caves of Qumram. Comments, commentary, elements of creative writing. From time to time, rumors are heard or written in newspapers about findings of bones or even skeletons of giants around the world. We have ancient giants in Phoenicia, northern Greece, even in the United States. The existence of giants has been suggested and implied since ancient times. Many such references are found in our mythology of Greece, and they are considered fables and figments of the imagination of ancients who invented them. Why were they really people with the bodies of giants? Now we read about Achilles and Orestes being giants as well, the Trojan heroes. Now some attempts at interpretation, perhaps arbitrary or quite exaggerated, speak of giant Nephilim as well as hybrids who could travel in the sky or even beyond it, in space. Let's see how some of them turn out. About 60 years ago, in 1947, excavations in the Qumran caves brought to light nearly 1,000 ancient scrolls that offered us important glimpses into humanity's very distant past. Archaeologists were stunned when an unusual text was found among them. The scroll that offers clues about the dissolution of the Nephilim is called the Book of Giants. The Bible makes several references to the Nephilim, and most of them can be found in the book of Genesis. The bulk of the information related to these giants comes from the apocalyptic book of Enoch. This ancient Jewish religious book, the work is attributed to Noah's great-grandfather, although some researchers today place parts of it around 300 BC. Enoch is an enigmatic character. The book of Genesis tells us that he lived on earth for 365 years before he ascended into the heavens. During his time down here, our planet was populated by angels, quote-unquote, who frequently interacted with humans, eventually interbreeding with the daughters of men, who gave birth to unnaturally powerful and gigantic hybrids called the Nephilim. The origin of the word Nephilim is not fully understood, but scholars have suggested various etymologies: fallen ones, apostates, or those who cause others to fall. Regardless of their name, Nephilim have always been a synonym for giants. The Book of Giants, found in the caves of Qumran, offers a perspective that's different from that of the Book of Enoch. Although incomplete, the fragments paint a grim picture. The Nephilim realize that as a result of their violent and deviant ways, they face impending doom, which frightens them enough that they ask Enoch to speak on their behalf before the god. The text begins with details of how the Nephilim plague the earth and all who live on it, but from the moment that they began to see prophetic dreams, fear crept into their hearts. The first to have these dreams was Mahweh, the titan son of the angel Barakel. In his dream, he saw a sign sinking into the water. When it finally sank, only 3 names remained. All others were erased. This symbolized the flood and the subsequent destruction of all but Noah's sons. At that time, this fact had not become apparent to the Nephilim to discuss the meaning of the dream Mahweh saw, so they failed to interpret the signs. And soon after, 2 giants, Ohya and Hahya, the sons of the fallen angel Shemyaza, begin to have similar dreams. They saw a tree uprooted all but 3 of its roots. After that, the rest of the group of giants began to have revelatory dreams in turn, revelations. Then 2 of them had dreams, and the sleep of their eyes departed from them, and they rose and came to and told their dreams, and told the assembly of their companions, the monsters. In my dream I saw that same night, and there was a garden, gardeners, and they watered 200 trees, and great shoots came out from their roots. All the water and fire burned everything in the garden. They found the giants, they say in the dream. The giants now realized the prophetic nature of their dreams and asked Enoch for help. Unfortunately, Enoch had already disappeared from the face of the earth, so the Nephilim elect one of their own to undertake the cosmic journey to search and find him. Mahweh ascends into the air, like the mighty winds and flew with his arms like an eagle, and left behind the inhabited world and passed over the great desert. And Enoch saw him and greeted him, and Mahweh said to him, Here and there a second time, Mahweh, the giants await your words, and all the monsters of the earth, if it has carried out from the days that they should be added, I will learn from you their meaning. 200 trees that came down from heaven. Unfortunately, parts of the papyri are irreparably damaged, but the general thrust of the text is clear. One of the Nephilim traveled outside the earth in search of Enoch and his power of interpreting visions. The text becomes much more interesting if we replace some terms and consider not all of them as allegorical, but as a description of a real event whose meaning became very different over time. Could we assume that the description of them flying with arms like eagles is taken to mean that Mahweh took off from Earth in a spaceship? In this case, does the great desert, quote unquote, refer to interstellar space? But it depends on how far we're willing to go to interpret a 2,000-year-old passage. Enoch sends Mahweh back to where he came from after promising to speak to God on their behalf. Unfortunately for the Nephilim, Enoch did not send them good news after all. Quote, the scribe Enoch, a copy of the second tablet which Enoch sent in Enoch's own hand, the note, in the name of the great God, and holy, for Hashem Yazah and all his companions, let it be known to you that not, and the things you have done, and that your wives, they and their sons and the wives of their sons, from your fornication in the land, and there was from you, and the earth is the voice of shouting, and they complained about you and the works of your children, the evil you have done. Until Raphael arrives, behold, the destruction is coming, a great flood, and this will destroy all living things, and all that is in the deserts and the seas. And the concept of matter upon you for evil, but now loosen the bonds that bind you to evil and pray, end quote. So whether they prayed or not, the surviving text cannot tell us what happened next. However, they are no longer around, apparently at least. It seems that then the flood did its job well. It wiped them all out, or did they? Did they fly like eagles and escape out of the earth, thus escaping the flood? Or maybe not. How could the appearance of these beings be conjectured, supposing that they once really existed? This I've translated for you from a Greek article. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. Kindly support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.